Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Carlita. How are you?
I'm good. I'm not leading this call tonight, but I just wanted to say hi and tell you that I love you and I'm so grateful that you're doing this for us. So I'll be recording it, but Melissa is hosting us. So, but I just
Yay.
Pop in and say
Thank you. I'm honored to be on your call. My goodness sakes. What an honor.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you, Carlita.
You're welcome, Beth. Is Melissa, am I opening it or is Melissa going to open it, Beth?
She actually asked if I would open it. So,
well, then I'll just go ahead.
Chairs tonight. That's why I was like, right now I have electricity, but then my phone was dying. So I've like got it plugged in because we've been having rolling blackouts for like the last hour. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I know if I log in on my computer, it's going to go out.
It might die. And we don't want to lose what Lisa's going to share. Well, I can let you go ahead and open it up then. And I just got the recording going for us all.
Okay, awesome. Oh, guys, I'm so excited to be with you all tonight. Beth Gillardi here. Welcome to our United Nations Zoom. And man, what an incredible May we all just rolled off of. And we're just super excited to start June off with one major bang. I got to tell you guys, when I chatted with this amazing leader over Messenger to even see if she could spend some time with us, take time away from her family and her just like skyrocketing business to spend a few moments with us, and she so graciously agreed to do it. I was so excited, and we had to like work around with the schedule and got to squeeze it in for tonight. And so Lisa, thank you so much. You guys, I'm excited to sit at her feet. I got to sit and listen to her share her story in Maui this year at the leadership retreat. And I will tell you that she had us all in tears. It was amazing. And I have a lot of young people in my business, just like we all do. And everybody is so carefully watching and following all these amazing rock star leaders that she is raising up. And Lisa, I don't want to take any of your time because I know that God has given you a message. I know that you have something special to share with us tonight. And I just can't wait to sit at your feet and take tons of notes. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the Zoom over to you. But I just want to recognize you real quick because I saw on Facebook that you had your biggest month ever. And it was a big month when I saw that number that was posted. And you guys, she not only had her biggest month last month, but she also became an executive national vice president. And I think I saw also has got Africa in the bag. So I'm going to turn this over to you. But guys, this is a special treat. I highly suggest you find a spot to still away to so that you can take notes and just soak up everything that she has to share. So Lisa, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, sweet Beth. And I'm already grabbing my tissue because that's a sign when you are already crying in the introduction. You guys, it's very, very much an honor to be on this this call tonight. I have, of course, Carlita and Beth have been just mentors to me, whether they ever knew it or not. I have watched everybody's every move, and I'm telling you, being able to listen to your leaders has impacted me in huge ways. And one of the most impactful things I heard in Maui, you hear so much training so you can take away a few nuggets, but one of the biggest things was Carlita speaking about her family and how important that is. And that's so much of our whys, our families, and to not lose sight of that and to lead with the Lord. And for the people that have gone before me and paved the way, I cannot thank you enough for opening that door, because I honestly would not be here. I would not be doing my business if it wasn't for that freedom to be able to do that, because it's honestly the center of what I do. And the money and the trips and everything's amazing, but it's a mission, and that's where it goes a lot deeper than just the products and just this business. Even honestly, it's a mission. We are just, we're so called. I hope that you feel that. Hope that you feel that you're so called to do this business, because I can tell you at the beginning, I didn't think that. And so I want you to know there's hope. If you're sitting on this call tonight and you're going, well, I don't necessarily feel that passionate or that strong about it, necessarily calling, stay plugged in. And as your whys switch and evolve and the Lord does some things in your heart, then you just watch, like light bulbs will come on. And I've had a few little key shifts in my journey. I'm going to share just a little bit of that tonight. And I want to talk also about my comeback story, because there's so many people sitting here that are discouraged and wondering when and if it's ever going to happen for you. And can I just tell you to not lose heart? Keep going. Keep casting that vision big. And I promise you that team's going to come up and meet you if you're doing the do and staying consistent and having so much faith. So I really want to say it's very strange to still hear NVP. It's only been a few days. And I have no idea. It's just unbelievable blessing that Africa, you guys, I could, if I was to pick one trip in the entire world, I think it would be an African safari, and I can't even believe. You guys, I want to tell you, our team is named Team Above and Beyond. And I was sitting at a VP leadership meeting at GTC one year, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And I thought, I don't have a team name, and I want to have like a strong team name, something that represents us. And it was through the series of trainings I heard that day, nothing that I even actually remember just right off the top of my head, but Above and Beyond dropped in my spirit. And as that happened, I knew it was Ephesians 3:20, and we stand on that. Ephesians 3:20, that God's going to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ask, think, or imagine. And you guys truly understand those words, because I'm living it out right now in my business, and I'm unbelievably grateful. But I want you to know I had a lot of dry seasons and a lot of dry years, okay? I want to ask you if you're willing to hang in there, even if it takes years. It took me 2 years to sponsor my first ACE. I didn't even know what an ACE was in my business, and Miranda would tell me, like, you haven't found your ACEs yet. I'm like, well, what the heck's an ACE? I don't even know. And you haven't found a U yet. You haven't found a U yet. And I'm going, oh my gosh, well, like, when's me going to come along? Found my first ACE, and she went regional vice president on my team. And then I found another ACE, and it was just through a series of events of seemingly insignificant things. You guys, the seemingly insignificant follow-up, ask for a get-together, to try the 30-day, take a look at the business. Those are all mundane asks, right? And I love what Rachel Hollis said at GTC this year. It really comes down. Like, if you look at her, what I love and respect most is she has worked her tail off on herself. And you go back at the beginning of her journey of, speaking to MOPS groups and speaking to just her church, anyone that would listen to her. And now look what's happened, because she was brave. She did not give up, and she's had a lot of faith. But something she said to me that stuck out was basically, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the work on yourself? This is personal growth and development. And you hear that all the time, right? But personal growth and development, it's personal to you. How bad do you want to be the best version of yourself? And for me, and I know many on this call, honestly, for your assignment here on this earth, what version of yourself? And I love it. Cecilia says she wants to leave with not 1 ounce of potential. That is the cry of my heart for myself and for my family and for my team. And I feel like my team are my kids. They do call me a second mom, the millennial generation. And you know what? I don't care if my whole team calls me a second mom, because that's how much I love them, and I see this in them, and I understand that I can influence a certain amount of people, but as I influence my team goes out and influences others. Look what we have in our hands, guys. Look what we have in our hands to impact thousands and thousands. That's what your leaders have done, and they continue to do that, but you have it too. You have it too. So goodness sakes, I hadn't even started on what I was going to talk about. That's not good. Okay, so you guys, story. I've been in Arbonne for 8.5 years. I did not blaze to the top in what you're seeing sometimes now. I was a district for 2 years. I was an area manager for 2 years, and I was a region for 3.5 years, and then became a nation. 6 months after I became a nation, I lost my nation. And so I went into title maintenance. And so it was January of 2017. Oh gosh, now I'm getting confused. Yeah. Well, okay, the January, I think it was 2017. No, it was January 2018. I'm sorry. We went in 2017. It was January 2018. And it was my first trip to Maui. Well, you guys all understand what Maui represents. Like, to me, National Vice President, it only represented Maui, because I love experiences. I will work for experiences for me and my family. So here I am going to Maui for the first time, and I'm dealing with feeling unworthy. I didn't feel worthy to be there anyway, but I dang sure didn't feel worthy when I was in title maintenance. And so as I say, I barely, if it was not for my husband, I'm just not sure I could have boarded the plane. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I just was crippled with fear and unworthiness. And if it wasn't for him, who is a rock in my life, he's just like, don't listen to that head trash. You belong here just like everyone else that's here, all these things. And so got on the plane and I just started to pray, and I shifted my focus about myself, how sorry I was feeling for myself. And I thought, you know what, Lord, you're going to ordain conversations. Will you do that I could be a blessing to people and that they would be a blessing to me as well? And that's exactly what happened. You don't understand how many conversations I had. Both I was encouraging people and they were encouraging me. And I realized, oh my goodness, we're all the same really in this business. We all have our own insecurities. We all deal with worth issues, all these things. And that's where we've got to personally grow and understand and know who we are in the Lord. Our identity starts there. And so, you guys, I lost my title, got on that plane, went on. I shifted my focus. I started to feel a little bit better, but you guys, right as I was sitting in that meeting, I knew it was obviously official, but like the web stats or team reports, when the reshuffle goes through, oh dear. So then it was official. I was back in Miranda's Central Nation. Miranda Burcham's my dear friend and sponsor. And there I was back in her Central Nation, and I could have just crawled under the table. It's not like I didn't know that was going to happen, but it was like seeing it for the first time. And it was right at the end of the meeting. And I was like, oh gosh, it's like it ripped off a scab. So you guys, I really had a fear of being the shortest lived MVP that ever walked in Arbonne's history. I figured I got to go to Maui one time and I would probably never see it again. That's what I was dealing with that week. So I'm like, I better soak it up because I might not ever be back here. But you guys, I actually knew I knew how to build this business, and I knew who was in control of my business. And so I got to work. I want to tell you these 7 key turning points because I know a lot of people want notes and exactly. And then I hope that you'll meditate on this and what this can be for you. My prayer is that this would just be impactful for you and make a shift in you and your business. You guys, I was sitting at Cecilia's VP retreat, and I heard Linda Parker train, and she'd ask if we'd benched our best player. I had absolutely benched my best player, which was me. I knew how to bring people into this business. I knew how to help them go district and area and region. But what happened is I think I just got so crippled by the numbers and the fear on my team and the lack of sponsoring. And I just got caught up in all that. And I started to just try to manage and put out fires instead of just trailblazing from the front. And so I have a life coach, and she's a dear gift from God, seriously. And she told me, quit looking at the numbers if they're not serving you. I was like, what? You can do that? I didn't even know. It's like I needed permission to not look at my numbers unless they were serving me. Of course, I would look and make sure people hit, if they were going for goals or stuff, but I wouldn't look at my numbers and get my worth from that, because I would be feeling great in my leadership and man, we're going and all this, and I'm filled up and I'm overflowing into my team. And then I would pull up that, and it was like this sting constantly, like, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? You are only doing halfway nation numbers. You're not even close to nation, getting your nation back. So guys, this is the real and the raw. You're always going to get real and raw with me. So I hope that's okay. But so number 1, I got up off the bench. 2, this was huge for me. I quit over owning my team's struggles. You guys, I would just listen to what people said. I'm in and I'm, asking, and they're going to the meeting, and cred, they're even going to GTC. They're in, right? That's as in as you can be. Well, I started to think, are they working the way I'm working? Are they growing? Are they having faith and having their quiet time in the morning? Are they doing these different things? And then I started to think, I don't know. I have no idea truly what they're doing. And so I can't just own that for them, right? And I also, this amazing life coach told me too, it's okay if they're struggling. And I went, really? It's okay if they're struggling? Yes, because it's going to show them what they're made of, and they're going to draw closer to God. They're going to either get on up out of that pit or stay there. And it's like I never really thought that was okay. I thought I had to fix things. And you know what? It's pretty prideful to honestly think I can fix it. I can't fix anything. I can lead from the front. I can cast vision. I can love on them. I can put a 10 on everyone's forehead. I can breathe life and belief into them. But at the end of the day, I truly cannot be the one that changes things for them. Something else, Miranda, when I went region, something she said to me always stuck with me. She said, nothing I said made you go region. It was something in you. And I went, that's so true. Yes, we can listen to calls. You guys are plugged in. You're doing this all, how many people are on here? 269 people. You're on here and plugged in and you're listening and you're hungry, and that shows you're hungry for growth. No one can make you do that. You chose to exchange something tonight to be on this call, or if you're listening to the recording later. So you guys, I lay the tracks out for my team. I cast that vision. I lead by example in activity and growth. I say, here's what I'm reading. Here's how I'm booking activity. Here's how I'm starting new business builders. And here's how I'm reaching out. So you are leading from the front and not just managing. Number 3, I quit catering to the limping leg, guys, and I started running with the running leg. And you might look at your organization and go, I don't think I have a running leg. Then you better just keep running and go find more runners. Because people are going to need and want different things in this business, and people are at different levels of commitment even in their business. But that's not for you to decide. Your decide is to love everyone. Guys, I don't look at someone's numbers and just like I don't judge my worth on my numbers. I'm not looking at my numbers and judging the person by that. I see what they are going to be. I see them in their highest light down the road as they're growing and, just the Lord's pruning them. I see them in that. So I can take that pressure off of seeing numbers on people, myself and people, okay? 4, I started speaking life over my business. Guys, if you are not speaking life over yourself, your family, your business, it is absolutely I don't think there's a big enough word, imperative, essential, crucial, critical, that you are speaking life over yourself. I started a goal card, and I keep these every single month. I write one. This is not fancy. This is as basic as it gets, a file card. I started writing this October 31st of 2016 when I was really tired of being just a regional vice president. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I was ready to go. And I told Miranda, I had only at that time promoted 2 direct area managers. Tons had been in qual, but they wouldn't finish. And I'm like, Miranda, area manager is a thorn in my side. I can help people get there. They won't finish. Well, what in the world? I'm speaking so much death over my business. I don't know how many times I told Miranda that. She should have just popped me in the head and quit saying that. And I said, okay, so what's going to change? I need to speak life over my business. So my very first goal card in 2016 said, it is October 31st and we have hit 80,000. Okay. I was maybe bonusing, probably not, probably not a bonusing region. We are popping area managers like crazy. That was my goal card. I didn't care. And you guys, about 4 and 5, did it happen that next month? Nope. The next month? Nope. The next month? Nope. And all of a sudden, here we go. We start popping area managers like popcorn. I cannot tell you, I think from at that time, what was that? I said 2016, so 3 years later, I think we've popped probably 25 to 30 area managers. I don't even know at this point. You guys, are you willing to do it month in, month out, day in, day out? I say this card multiple times a day. Actually, every single time I get in my car, I'd read this out loud. I'm going to tell you guys my last goal card, and you're going to flip. It is May 31st, just this last month, and we have hit 777,000 in volume. Only God. We have sponsored 1,000. We're all in. We're popping nations, RVPs, and areas like popcorn. I have earned Africa. I have earned level 4. I am becoming love. And that is my favorite book, which is Everybody Always from Bob Goff, guys. I've read it twice and I'm about to read it for the 3rd time. I need it about every other month because it's a reminder of exactly what I want to become in my life, which is love. And I put my favorite memory verses on there. I mean, some of my favorite, I switch them up through the month, but I put Matthew 6:33, which is seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you. That is our family verse, and everything hinges on that. Then Malachi 3:10 says, test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw up and open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing you will not have room enough for it. And I put NVP. You guys, I didn't hit every single thing on here. We didn't sponsor 1,000. We sponsored over 500 in my central nation. But we hit 700,000. This was the first month that I wrote 777 and 1,000. And I felt crazy writing that. I felt nuts writing that. And we almost hit it in our first month. I want to tell you guys, these are my stacks of cards, and these are precious to me because lots of words of life have been spoken over this. I will speak also. I am intentionally inviting to church. I am, I want to be on that that as well. It's not just all about my Arbonne business, but I do understand that my Arbonne business is changing lives, and that if I could help them get in this Arbonne family, that even my influence with my faith will help in those ways. So goal cards, it's huge, guys. The book is called Everybody Always. I happened to see that one comment, and the reason it reminded me is because this quote is from Bob Goff. People, they don't need to be told what to do unless you're brand new in this business and you don't have a clue. Obviously, you need to help them, right? Doesn't take long, though. We talk to people about our products and our business and repeat. Like we get paid for two things: to get another set of eyeballs on your products and your business, and to persevere. That's honestly, like Rachel Hollis said that day, we avoid the hard, which is the ask. We'll do everything else. We'll get on calls. We're going to read. We're going to, think about Arbonne 24/7. But the true thing that could hurt and sting are asks, because it could be a no. And so how many are you going to do? How much are you willing to put yourself out there for those asks, right? But what I love about this saying is people don't need to be told what to do. They need to be reminded who they are. Remind people who they are. As leaders, our number one job, I believe, is hold the vision. Hold the vision. And Linda Parker says it out of the book, It's Not About You, and I love it. You've got to hold the vision when people are on board. You definitely better hold the vision when people aren't. And that, I know it's lonely and I know it's scary. I've been there a lot. So yeah, remind people who they are. Okay, Miranda did that for me when I was crying in her kitchen and just not understanding why I would be losing Nation. I know God had us go Nation. I didn't doubt that he had us go Nation that first time. God's hand was all over it. And it was only a miracle and how it all happened. But 6 months later, and I find myself going, what in the world? Did I miss something? We were fostering 3 kids at that time as well. And I knew I was being obedient to the call that he was having us do. So we had 6 kids. I lost Nation. Not necessarily a fun time in my life, but it was my biggest year of growth in my entire life. Spiritually, Arbonne, everything. But she would hold that vision out there. Here's what I know. I don't understand why this is happening to you, and I hate that it is, but here's what I know. You're a national vice president. You're a top income earner in Arbonne. She reminded me, and it gave me enough to keep going. Okay, I believe those truths. It was hard, but I believed them. You guys, I stood, and this is number 5, I stood on the promise that he who began a good work in me would complete it. That's Philippians 1:6, guys. I had to stand on that. I knew I was called this vehicle of Arbonne. I knew my team was on a mission to change lives. I knew to stand on faith versus fear. So do you believe that no matter what, your story will be used for good? Well, if you do, that's faith. Then you better just have faith to keep going. Number 6, I surrendered control and quit focusing on numbers and started focusing on people. So we started setting sponsorship goals versus volume goals. Like we were just sponsoring. Every sponsorship equals a life changed. Every sponsorship equals a life change. People can get on board with that. And they have. I prayed for a vision for 2018, guys. I started this is crazy. I started last January with 2 RVPs, myself and one other. We ended last month with 7 RVPs, 2 national vice, 2 that went nation. We're having a double Ben's Bash on Sunday. We have 6 in qualification for regional vice president right now. We will have more than that this next month that are all in going for this thing. It's unbelievable what God's doing. So I'll share with you guys just a little bit on the millennials. You guys see, they are just like daughters to me. It was Mariah. I sponsor my amazing college roommate, Dee Dee. She is a ERVP. She's actually a Nation Qual. And she sponsored Mariah. Mariah sponsored Madeline. Madeline sponsored Gabby. You guys, this leg alone did around 500,000 in my business last month. You guys, can I just share with you something? That was a 7-year seed planted with my college roommate, Dee Dee.
7-year seed.
She watched me build this business. Are you willing to do the do? When no one's watching, are you willing to go day in, day out? I knew she was watching because every once in a while when I posted on social media, she would like something. I'd reach out. She may or may not get, I say she reached probably about 50% of the time. Did she say, sure, yes, I'll take a look. Oh yeah, whatever. But half the time she ignored it. But I just knew she was on my dream team from day one. You guys, so you don't know what's possible in a year. I couldn't have drawn this up, what's happened. So you guys, it's amazing what happens when you surrender, have faith, cast big vision, and get to work doing exactly what got you to whatever level, exactly what got you going, listening to your sponsor, exactly doing what they've done, you guys can do. I will share just a little bit on the millennials, guys. It's so possible for all of us, but I do want you to understand Instagram and what Peyton has paved the way for, what my team is doing. There's so much exposure from Instagram. They've grown up on social media. They've grown up on their phones. And it's touches, quick touches. That's like, I hope that you guys kind of understand Instagram and understand how they're doing that, but it's stories. But let me just put it basic to you. They're exposing a lot of people, and their exposures are quick, and they're showing a lifestyle. They're not selling something. They are showing a lifestyle, and they are using it for God's glory. They are giving back. They are talking about time and financial freedom. My team does a very good job. I mean, I learn from them all the time. Trust me, this is not all stuff I've trained them on. They've taught me so much. They do a very good job of telling the why. Telling the why is so important. Telling the story is so important. So if they're at the swimming pool, they're showing why this is changing their life. How is Arbonne changing their life? It's not just a product, definitely not just products. It's always about the why. And so they're showing that on Instagram stories, and Instagram on their page. And it's crazy to me because as I learned so much in this last year and a half, in the Instagram world, they really feel like they know each other, yet they've never met, because it's like I follow them and they see what they're doing day in and day out in their stories. And it's just crazy to me because I'm like, oh, how'd you guys meet? Well, after about the 25th time, it wasn't, oh, I just knew them from Instagram. I'm like, okay. So this is how relationships are starting to be built in this new generation. So guys, I've learned so much about all this, and I'm not saying I'm great at it, but I understand it. Now, this is what I want to challenge you with. Yes, you can get off here and go, oh my gosh, I got to sponsor millennial. No, you sponsor everyone. You sponsor and change anyone's life that God puts in your path. And you don't know who could lead you to a millennial, right? That can explode this, obviously, right? You're seeing it all around. Here's what I want to say though. Don't abandon an in-home event, you guys. We do in-home events. Like I've got a launch, we're launching people. I just had an event the other night. Like I promise you, it's not 100%. I would say the millennial generation is a lot more, like way more, like social media and everything. But I'm telling you, I teach it all. We do all the things, samples, all those things. But Peyton, I always say this, Peyton was sponsored at an in-home event. Don't forget it. She was 19 years old and sponsored on her Healthy Living at her one-day mother-in-law's house, soon to be mother-in-law's house, right? That happened to have a get-together for her best friend. So get that. Okay, I want to honor you guys this time. I know mine's almost up. And so you guys, what is different with millennials? I know everyone wants these answers. They don't overthink it. They act. Like they're not waiting for the end of their 30-day to post a before and after. They're posting a before and after on like day 3. I mean, it's crazy. Like want to show what's happening like the whole time. They aren't near as skeptical. They're open to new and definitely working from their phones. They do life from their phones. I always say this, you're already on your phones all of the time. Why not build a business from it versus socializing? You know, if I'm having a video chat with someone taking a look at the business. They reach out to a ton of people that have viewed their stories, likes, comments, even people they may not know necessarily, but they're attracted to their page. Like that is a very real thing, guys. I'm attracted to their page. It shows who they are, you know. They grew up on social media. It's second nature. They don't get as concerned with the no's or no responses. They just say next very quickly. The cream rises just like in anything, and they will work hard and be super focused, but it's definitely from their phones. The 9 to 5, working until they're 65 is absolutely not attractive to them. They're after time and financial freedom. And like I just said, don't just focus on that. Actually, focus on sponsoring everyone, you guys. So I want to just end with this, you guys. Every single morning I get up and I have my quiet time. It's like my sacred time. And something that kind of helped me in that is another book called Miracle Morning. I can't remember, it's Hal something. Hal, H-A-L is his first name. But anyway, just Google Miracle Morning. And I put some structure to my quiet time. Hal Elrod. And so I will visualize every single morning my dream board. And I wish I could, I'm not going to go in there and show you, but it's in there on my fireplace hearth, because I sit in that chair and I have my quiet time and I visualize every single morning. I have silence and then affirmations, visualization. And I visualize, you guys, I visualize 7 NVPs in Maui with me. And I have these little, ladies on the beach with their, I don't know, we're all together. It's not us, but it's just something representing that for me. I have a picture of Africa. I have the bracelet that they gave us at Maui. I have my next check to be $30,000. That's the next chunk check that I just went from, to go to this next level. That's the next level for me. I want you to know though, guys, I've been doing this for years. And my first check that I put on there, when I say check, it's just a blank Arbonne check that you can write in. Obviously it's a fake check, but I just wanted it on my board as a visualization. My first one, I came into the business for $500. Miranda painted a big vision for me that very first day. That is another tip. Paint big vision. Even though I wasn't there in my head, I was happy if I made the $500 a month. But she said, Lisa, one day, she said, if you don't quit and you follow me, you're going to make your $500, but you'll also replace your teaching income one day, my teaching degree, and you'll actually give your husband choices in his career. And I thought, yeah, right. He's a breadwinner. He's mechanical engineer. I'm a teacher in Oklahoma. I'm supplemental income. But you guys, she planted a seed in me that day. And sure enough, my husband did walk away from his job a little over a year ago and started his construction and design business. And you guys, watching him do this and do what he's called to do is just unbelievable. And to get to see him more, be way more present in our kids' lives. Like it's a gift. Like it's a gift you cannot put any number on. But you guys, I visualized his company logo every single morning. I did these things. And that's when I ask you, what is it that you're going to put on your board? What are you going to visualize? What are you going to create with God's vision and your prayers and your faithfulness? What is it that he's calling you to do and you want and need for your family? Like dream so huge, guys. But don't just dream it. Go get after it. And pray like it's up to you, work like it's up to you, pray like it's up to him. It is ultimately up to him, but you're going to do your part basically. And that is from another one of my favorite books, which is Circle Maker from Mark Batterson. I love all his stuff. So you guys, that's all I'm going to share with you, because I know my time is up and I want to honor that too, but I'm so grateful for you guys to be on here and being so hungry. And I am absolutely grateful for the people and your leaders that have paved the way for me, because it has changed our lives. And God willing, it changes tons more lives with all of us and all of our teams. So
I will close. I'm not sure Beth was going to, and then she's texting me and saying, can you? And I'm not sure if she is or I am, but I will, because I am absolutely going to come on here and just tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart. This training, really, I don't even know if you call it a training, this sharing that you just did from your heart so transparently and genuinely is what people need to hear. I get that request from people more than anything. Can you just get people up there that are willing to be transparent about how hard it is, what, bad things they've had happen on their journey, but yet they are grateful for still today because they stayed. And no matter whether they're still in it or going through it or on the other side of it, they're telling us it's still worth it, because we all hit those spots in our journey, you guys. And everything you said is truth. Everything you talked about, from, what you went through, but also what you have lived through with your, the gift of having the millennials, but yet at the same time, even though these millennials live in Instagram and on their phone, the millennials that started all of this were sponsored in a personal, in-home party. You guys, everything you are taught is what Lisa did to find and have this business that she's telling us today. And we're just evolving with it. That's what we're all doing here in Arbonne. We've all started, and depending on what year we started in our business, we started with everything we've got. But today, and this is how I love Craig Rochelle, leadership guru, life church pastor here in Oklahoma and other states now. But he talks about how if we don't evolve and adapt to the world today, you will not have a business or a team to grow in your future. And that's what Arbonne leaders have done, is we have evolved and adapted everything that we can do in addition to what we have already done to be able to build what is the biggest and best network marketing company in all of this industry, you guys. I had another conversation with Dr. Tom Barrett today, Dare to Dream, Work to Win author. And you guys, you would be blown away at how much he loves this company and believes in this company. And that's somebody who is not a part of this company, but it's simply because of people like Lisa and what she has done and how she does it. He talks about being authentic, being genuine, being transparent, not being full of hype, and being willing to work and stay whenever it's not hard, and to get mentally tough so that you can truly make a difference in your life, but more importantly, make a difference in somebody else's life. And that is just what we're here to do. And you guys, it's so much bigger than anything you ever thought you were going to sign up for. It's bigger than that $500 check. I signed up for a $500 to $1,500 check too, Lisa. But I really, as soon as it hit me, I knew I was also going to be able to help other people make a $500 to $1,500 paycheck. This business is bigger than you. And the quicker you embrace that and you make it a mission, not a side job, is whenever your business will start to do what Lisa's business has done. And so, honey, I just thank you for being so confidently transparent and knowing that that is your story. And it's because he knew he could trust you to share it, and share it openly and honestly, because it was going to help make a difference in more people's lives than somebody who sat up there and said, it's all been perfect and I never hit a problem in my business or my journey. So thank you for being you. I'm so grateful that I get to have you in my life. And I hope that this training has been as powerful for everybody else as it has been for me. I will go back and listen to you again and again and again. So love you.
I love you, sweet friend. Thank you so much. I look up to you in every area. And I think I just want to sit at your feet. I want to learn from your marriage. I want to learn from your business. I want to learn from your spiritual walk. I count that an honor. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Well, we're learning from each other, babe. Have a wonderful night and tell your family thank you for sharing you with all of us. Give your babies hugs.
Thank you, Lisa. Sorry, I had to find service. You never realize how bad your service in your house is until you have a blackout.
Oh, yay, yes.
My room dropped and I got in my car. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like literally missing so many golden nuggets. But I can't wait to listen to the recording. I think I missed like 5 minutes of you until I got service again. I just thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. It means so much to us. And
oh my God,
Carlita said, this is going to be an awesome call to listen to over and over again. Thank you so much.
Yes, Beth, I want to point out one thing. You guys see what she did? She made it happen. She got in her car. She worked through a blackout. That's what aces do. They figure it out and they bounce back quickly. That's an ace in this business and it's an ace in life, right? And so, Beth, I just want to, like, you're in your car now and you figured it out. That's what we do. We figure it out. We're going to figure out a way.
So true. We do.
That out.
Yeah. I learned the best. We just do it, Carlita.
Yeah. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for having me. Bye, everyone.